this is Ozzy Osbourne. For many years, you know, I've had a drink problem, and I'm trying to battle that problem every single day. But one thing I don't do, I don't drive my car when I'm drinking. I get someone to drive me. Do not drink and drive. It's the stupidest thing. If you drink, just don't drive. Not only are you going to hurt yourself, you may hurt some other person, and you wouldn't want that on your conscience, would you?
A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Transportation, RAD, the National Association of Broadcasters, and the Ad Council.
You're listening to Fort Leboeuf Wrestling on Sunny 105.7 FM.
Wouldn't it be great if life came with a remote control? You know, you could hit pause when you needed to, or hit rewind, like that time you knocked down that wasp's nest. Uh-oh. Or that time you forgot to roll up your windows in the car wash.
Fantastic.
Yeah, a remote control would have come in handy then. Well, life doesn't always give you time to change the outcome, but prediabetes does. With early diagnosis and a few healthy changes like managing your weight, getting active, stopping smoking, and eating healthier, you can stop prediabetes before it leads to type 2 diabetes. It's easy to learn your risk. Take the 1-minute test today at doihaveprediabetes.org. Life doesn't come with a remote control. So you're on your own with the wasps. You have the power to take control of prediabetes. Visit doihaveprediabetes.org today. That's doihaveprediabetes.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council and its prediabetes awareness partners.
And now, Fort Leboeuf Wrestling on Sunny 105.7 with Dan Albaugh and Matt Still.
And good evening, wrestling fans. Welcome to our 9th season of Fort Leboeuf Wrestling on Sunny 105.7 FM. You can also stream on any device around the world at sunny1057fm.org. And now we have a new platform. We are live on YouTube. Some of you folks from Fort Leboeuf got to see that with the Fort Leboeuf football games. And that is the Sunny 105.7 FM YouTube page. We provided the link for you on D10 Wrestling and other sources as well. Well, tonight is the opening PIAA wrestling season for the 2025-26. As it is getting ready to get kicked off, Fort Leboeuf opens up here with their Region 4 rival, the Northwestern Wildcats. I'm Matt Still. Alongside me, as always, Dan Albaugh. Dan has been broadcasting, over 20 years? I would say probably 21, 22 years maybe?
Actually, first year was 1994, so over 30 years. So started with my hometown radio station, WNAE, Warren, Pennsylvania.
Gotcha. And then you started at WGRP and Cool 101?
Yeah, out of Meadville and Greenville. That began in 2005. So
that's been 20 years.
20 going on 21 years.
Yeah, so here we are for another season, partner. We're ready to go, and your thoughts?
Well, like you said, it's our ninth season working together here on Sunny 105.7. By the way, Sunny 105.7 is more than just a great Fort Leboeuf wrestling radio station.
Yes.
They got some great oldies.
Yep.
The Beatles, the Beach Boys, Herman's Hermits, the Monkees, the Four Seasons. If you're into that genre of music, and I know this year before last, I had a young Fort Leboeuf grad, Gavin Terrell, helping me doing some work around the house for a Florida room project. And we were working down in the Florida room, and I turned on Sunny 105.7. And here he was, just 2025 grad from Fort Leboeuf. He goes, hey, this is great music.
Yeah.
So, give it a chance regardless of your age.
And you got it right here in Waterford. That's great. I mean, all the way from Canadota Lake.
Okay. So. Well, yeah, Matt, a quick disclaimer. If you're a Northwestern fan listening in tonight or viewing, great. We're glad to have you here. Or if you're just a District 10 fan, you're welcome to come to our broadcasts as often as you would like. But we do want to mention that Sunny 105.7 is exclusive to Fort Leboeuf Wrestling.
Yes.
And our paid sponsors have a connection to Fort Leboeuf Wrestling. So if it sounds like we're kind of slanted toward Fort Leboeuf, we might be homers. Well, that's because of who we are in this particular situation.
Been the last 9 years, right?
Yeah, exactly. Okay, let's talk a little bit about the Fort Leboeuf team. Coached by Nick Milano. Nick is in his second year as head coach. He's a 2009 Cathedral Prep grad, a 3-time state qualifier, took 4th in the states as a junior, 3rd as a senior. I also liked last year, I put in a plug for Nick's wife, Randy, the former Randy Pace. She was a 2009 Fort Leboeuf grad. The Pace name is synonymous with Fort Leboeuf wrestling. Randy is a current Fort Leboeuf teacher, and she was a 4-year statistician for Fort Leboeuf. Nick Milano's coaching staff this year: Corey Murphy, 2003. Corey, high school grad, won over 100 matches in his high school career. He was a state qualifier his senior year, back when Corey was AAA. Also, on the coaching staff last year as a volunteer, but this year, now in a more serious role, is Tim Church. Tim replaces Jason Johnson, who resigned. Yes. Jason now involved with the Fort Leboeuf Junior High program. But Tim was a 2021 Fort Leboeuf grad and was a state place winner his senior year. Volunteers for Coach Milano are Joel Huck, who was a 2020 Fort Leboeuf grad, also a state qualifier his senior year. Jack Rimpa, 2021 grad, 2-time state qualifier, state place winner as a senior. And Brody Beers, who graduated just last year, was a 4-year letterman for the Bison and was a 3-time regional qualifier. Last year, the Bison were 16-7 in dual meets, 3-3 in their region. And I gave you a statistic, or asked you a trivia question the other day, Matt. This year will be the first time since 2020 that Fort Leboeuf does not have a returning state qualifier in their lineup.
Well, the last year, and we talked about this off the air before, and I believe it was 2018. Is that right?
What's that?
Was the time prior before that?
I don't know the answer to that, but I did do the research, and it was 2020 where they had no returning state qualifiers that year.
Gotcha.
But, I did have a conversation with Nick Milano a couple nights ago, and I think this year's Fort Leboeuf team, though they lost, the big loss, John Duran, 2-time state qualifier, I think this team is going to be every bit as solid as last year. In fact, I think that this team could actually probably be a little better than last year's team. They got some younger guys who now got another year of experience under the belt. I think it's going to be an exciting season for Fort Leboeuf fans. And you and I, we've got, 9 events on our broadcast schedule for Sunny 105.7 involving Fort Leboeuf boys, and 2 Fort Leboeuf girls home matches this year will be broadcast.
Yeah, they asked us, they called us up, Coach McGuire, the father of Gabby McGuire that wrestles, and asked
Ella McGuire.
Yeah, some people call her Gabby.
Yeah.
Well, also they're going to have 2 matches here at home, and they asked us to do the match. And we said, absolutely, we'd take on this, assignment and add on to it. So we're good to go.
Okay. Well, we're waiting for the Fort Leboeuf Bison to come out on the mat for warm-ups. Not sure what the delay is. Northwestern is already out here. They have warmed up, so we're just waiting for the Bison to come out, do their warm-up, introductions, and wrestling is slated to start at 7 p.m. Let's talk a little bit about the Northwestern Wildcats. Head coach is Matt Cherry. He is in his second year as head coach. He is a former Wildcat wrestler, 2015 grad of Northwestern. And his assistant is Mike Baumgardner, also a Northwestern High School graduate and wrestler. He graduated back in 1995, and his son, also named Mike, is on the team. Last year, Northwestern was 3-12 in dual meets, 1-5 in Region 4. 2 big losses to the Wildcats lineup. Sierra Chiesa, who we talked about many times, the first female wrestler in the state of Pennsylvania to qualify for the state tournament. She was actually a 2-time state qualifier.
2-time, yeah.
Did not qualify last year as a senior, but she ended up her high school career with 130 career wins.
Remarkable.
Also, they lost some last year, a very solid wrestler, Micah Rodriguez, who was a 2-time regional qualifier and ended his high school career with 97 wins.
Yes. Sierra, she's wrestling for Gannon now, committed with Gannon and doing really well, I understand. So.
Well, you had a conversation with Mike Cherry the other day, a phone conversation. Matt Cherry. What did Matt basically tell you about his roster?
Sure. He just said basically, he's got a young team, a lot of sophomores and, freshmen on the lineup here.
Mm-hmm.
And, with only one senior, Hunter Bendor, that is the only one that they have that you talked about. We were talking about that really only made it to districts the furthest. Really, he said, yeah, we're inexperienced, but this is how we grow and we get better.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Okay, well, we had mentioned that Northwestern lost two solid wrestlers in Chiesa and Rodriguez, and those were the only two wrestlers that won in the dual meet last year between Fort Leboeuf and Northwestern. Last year's match was December 4th of last year at Northwestern in Albion, and final score was 66-10. And to be honest, Matt, I don't think Northwestern is going to even fare as good at that this year. There is a possibility here that maybe even for a shutout for the Bison. But the good news is not a whole lot of forfeits.
Yes.
Northwestern has all but 2 weight classes filled.
Yes.
So that's good news.
All but 107 and 121.
Right. So that's good news. Stick with us after the broadcast. We will be talking about Fort Leboeuf boys and girls, what's coming up next for them. So when we're done, like I said, don't leave us right away, because we will be filling you in on what's going on with the boys and the girls here in the near future. Okay, let's talk a little bit about, talk a little bit about the Fort Leboeuf roster. Oh, and by the way, Matt, the Fort Leboeuf Junior High defeated the Northwestern Junior High by a score of 20-6. Northwestern winning just one match.
Yeah, a couple, wrestlers that we knew from their older brothers already have wrestled in the varsity lineup and through the program.
Yeah.
Mason Glass, Tristan Burbles. So, yeah, both had falls.
Well, I got to see Jason Johnson's former Girard head coach and assistant coach last year. I mentioned that he was now involved with the junior high program. Got to see his son wrestle. He said his name's Cooper.
Cooper Johnson.
Yeah, he looked very good out there, too. So,
yes.
So a lot of good 8th graders making their way toward hopefully varsity lineup the next couple of years.
Yeah, definitely. A good future for Fort Leboeuf coming in.
Okay. Well, the Bison are down on the mat warming up. Let's talk a little bit about their lineup and who we possibly could see wrestle tonight. Do want to mention, no Blake Glass will be on the roster this year. If you know the story of Blake, had an exceptional freshman year and sophomore year. And then last year, or 2 years ago, at the very tail end of his sophomore year, suffered a really devastating shoulder injury.
Yes.
And he never, ever really recovered from that. And he came back last year at the Tool City tournament, and you can see that he just really wasn't himself.
No.
And you might say, well, he probably wasn't in wrestling shape. Well, he's one of the top cross-country runners in the entire state of Pennsylvania.
Yes.
He's a place winner.
I believe placed 10th, correct?
Yeah. So, here's a guy who's in pretty good shape
right
as far when wrestling season begins. He was just never got it together last year. You could tell that he was hurt. He just didn't have that upper body strength and that arm strength.
Yes.
And talking to Coach Milano, they just decided that, you know what, it's better to rather risk something more serious.
Yeah. It's unfortunate.
He's calling it a career.
Definitely. And we'll miss him for sure. He had a great career, like you said. He won some great matches in the team duels down in Hershey a couple years ago. So
yeah. Okay, well, looks like we're getting close to introductions. We will be taking a break for the national anthem somewhere along the line here, and we are hoping there's going to be a PA announcer. There is Tom Church once again announcing names, so we will have wrestlers as they take the mat. It appears, Matt, that we are starting tonight at 107 pounds.
Okay, we're going to start from the scratch all the way to the top.
Well, let's talk about Fort Leboeuf's 107-pounder. We talked about Tom Church doing the announcing here right now. Well, his nephew, Denny Church, a freshman, will be Fort Leboeuf's 107-pounder this year. Had a pretty good junior high career. He qualified for PAWP PJW states, Pennsylvania Junior Wrestling states, at 89 pounds. And he went 1-2 at states. He also went 1-2 wrestling at 89 pounds at the Keystone State tournament. So that's pretty good. That's a good,
really good.
I think, good harbinger for maybe some success in these lighter weights, like we had with Carter Friday last year.
Yes.
At 114, we will have junior Gavin Bell. Saw limited action last year. His record was 3-2, and basically most of his action came at the Tool City tournament, where you could have more than one entrant per team. Carter Friday, who wrestled at 107 last year, had 24 wins as a freshman, was a regional qualifier, and earlier in the season was actually state ranked by Keystone Caliber Wrestling. And probably want to put in a plug for Keystone Caliber Wrestling. There's different rankings out there. I really like these Keystone Caliber Wrestling. He's free. He's out on the eastern part of the state, but he really does seem to have a good pulse on what's going on in the western part of the state.
Yeah, Chris Edwards. He does a tremendous job. I've talked to Chris quite a bit. He sometimes messages me, oh, what about this kid? And, you know.
So, like I said, Keystone Caliber Wrestling, we will be using their individual wrestler rankings and their team dual rankings this year. And by the way, Matt, Fort Leboeuf actually ranked preseason number 28, which kind of surprised me that they were not ranked higher than that. His comment was that it's a young team and wants to wait and see. But, yeah, I think Fort Leboeuf is going to definitely be moving up the ladder in terms of team dual rankings.
Yeah, definitely. They got a couple matches that they're starting out and getting ready for, the tougher part of the schedule as it goes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, anyways, back to Carter Friday. We expect to see him at 121. He was state ranked earlier in the season last year. Another freshman in the lineup for Leboeuf, and that's Trevin McNamara. He'll likely be at 127. He was also a PJW state qualifier last year at 117 pounds. At 133, Luke Bowers, who wrestled at 114 last year in 120 matches. He will be at that weight class. He was a district qualifier last year. At 139, this could be maybe one of the soft spots in Leboeuf's lineup. We'll see. We got a couple of young guys that are going to have to step up. According to Coach Milano, we'll either see Hunter Troxel, who was a junior this year, 0-3 last year in very limited action, and also a wrestler that I'm not familiar with, Gabe Greeley, who is a sophomore. Now, keep in mind, when they get extra weight, at the start of the calendar year, some of these guys could be dropping. But these are what weights we should be seeing during the month of December. At 145, Brody Myers, also state ranked last year. Brody is a senior, 32 wins last year, wrestling mostly at 133. He is 53-32 in his Fort Leboeuf career, and he is a two-time regional qualifier. At 152, Brady Bowers. Brady going for his fourth letter, varsity letter in wrestling. He is a senior, 28 wins last year. He's got 82 career wins, so we could have another Fort Leboeuf wrestler
with 100 wins,
surpass the 100 win mark this year. Barring injury, he should do that. Brady is a three-time regional qualifier. And look for big things from him. Really turned it around the second half of the season last year. He almost looked like a different wrestler than from what we saw of him in the first half. So looking for big things from Brady Bowers, starting out most likely at 152. Okay, we are now starting with the introductions. Okay, at 160, we're going to see either Thomas Stearns, who is a senior, saw some varsity action last year, mostly at 145. His record last year was 3-5. Also, Noah Bible, who I was not familiar with, and that's because he has not wrestled before. Decided to go out for wrestling. He is a senior. I guess he's really good in jiu-jitsu.
Okay.
I don't know how that's going to translate to wrestling, but you never know.
Jiu-jitsu's grappling, so we'll see.
Okay, at 172, Easton Glass, who had a phenomenal freshman year, Easton had 27 wins last year at 160. He wasn't district qualifier, but he was dealing, like his brother, with some injuries in the postseason. So looking for really, I'm thinking a really great season from Easton. At 189, Aiden Struchin. He's a junior this year, 35 wins last year. Constantly ranked in the state. Regional qualifier, 1 win away from states last year. And I know you are aware of what Aiden does in the off-season.
Definitely. His dad, Tony Sack, takes them all over. They've done all kinds of tournaments. They've gone to Fargo. They've gone to Super 32, different tournaments. Wrestling freestyle Greco, and that will help you on your feet quite a bit.
Yeah.
And because you're on your feet a lot. So, yeah, he does a lot of work.
Well, Aiden will be right up there as one of the, I think, one of the big point getters for Leboeuf, along with Myers and Bowers. Okay, at 215, we're going to see Dan Duran. He was mostly a 215 last year. I think he's grown a little more into that weight. He is definitely a legitimate 215-pounder this year. Junior was a regional qualifier last year. According to Coach Milano, he's expecting a lot out of Dan Duran this year.
Yeah, Duran, he was definitely lighter this year, but hey, last year. But this year, here he is, and he's grown, and he's been doing some off-season wrestling, which is big.
Yep. Okay, at 285, finally getting a chance to come out from the shadow of John Duran, who was Leboeuf's 2-time state qualifier, is Carson Stoltz. Stoltz, 4 and 5 last year in limited action. He is a well-built heavyweight. You know, a lot of times you see a little bit of pudginess to the heavyweights.
Right.
No, not with Carson Stoltz. He's a big boy. I think, don't hold me to this, but I think he's around 250. Okay, we are going to take a break for the national anthem.
Canada Lake's greatest hits, Sunny 105.7.
Rock and roll didn't happen overnight. It had been building up steam ever since World War II. And in the early 1950s, it was called rhythm and blues. But you couldn't hear those jumping sounds on the jukebox in the front. You had to go to the juke in the back. I'm Matt the Cat. Join me each week for an in-depth listen to the soul that came before rock and roll on the Juke in the Back. Don't miss Juke, Saturday evenings at 11 p.m. right here on Sunny 105.7.
Fort Leboeuf Wrestling is sponsored by Ashley and Kuzma Physical Therapy, Bison Beer, Church Electric, Duran's Farm Fresh Products, Dick Finney in memory of Debbie Finney and Ryan Finney, E.L. Hurd & Son, Fort Leboeuf American Legion Post 285, Fort Leboeuf Matt Parents, Gregory Burbless Construction, Joe's Mowers and Blowers, Pro Machining and Pro Storage, Wagon Wheel Bar and Grill, Waterford Beverage, Waterford Hotel, Wise Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, Woodland Hills Townhomes.
Hi, this is Ozzy Osbourne. For many years, I've had a drink problem, and I'm trying to battle that problem every single day. But one thing I don't do, I don't drive my car when I'm drinking. I get someone to drive me. Do not drink and drive. It's the stupidest thing. If you drink, just don't drive. Not only are you going to hurt yourself.
And now, Fort Leboeuf Wrestling on Sunny 105.7 with Dan Albaugh and Matt Still.
Okay, welcome back to Fort Leboeuf Wrestling right here on Sunny 105.7 FM. Dan, we have some sponsors that we definitely want to recognize due to them being able to do these broadcasts.
Right. Let's run down through a few of them right now. We have 16 this year. Let's go through in alphabetical order. The first state, Ashley and Kuzma Physical Therapy, Bison Beer, Church Electric, Duran's Farm Fresh Products, Dick Finney in memory of Debbie Finney and Ryan Finney, E.L. Hurd & Son, Fort Leboeuf American Legion Post 285, and the Fort Leboeuf Matt Parents. Okay, Matt, at 107, Denny Church in his varsity debut will get a forfeit. So Fort Leboeuf on the board first, 6-0. We should have a match at 114. And we're listening.
Jackson Fedor.
Okay, Jackson Fedor is a freshman, and his opponent from Fort Leboeuf will be Gavin Bell, a junior, 3-2 last year in limited varsity action.
Yeah, right away the freshman Jackson Fedor, he goes off to a front headlock, goes into a double and looking for the takedown, but Gavin doing a good job now, working some funk, and Jackson Fedor drives forward for the 3. So it's 3-0 right now, Jackson Fedor of Northwestern over Gavin Bell. Bell looking to try to hit a reversal. He's trying to slip out of there, and now a nice job there with a reversal to the edge of the mat. Goes Gavin Bell, and he's down 3-2.
Yeah, I should mention, once again, takedowns last year for the first time became worth 3 points instead of the old 2. Near fall criteria is now 2 points for 2 seconds, 3 points for 3 seconds, and 4 points for 4 seconds.
And right now, Gavin Bell working on a bundle, and he's got Fedor close to his back, and it looks like 3 backs that Ned Bailey, the referee tonight, he's going to give the 3 backs, but right away, Fedor gets a reversal as Bell let go of that move right there with 38 seconds to go. Bell working to his base. Double boots goes Fedor. They are at the edge of the mat here in the first period, 1:14. Match score 6-0. And right now, Fedor just kind of working behind with the half and just kind of riding out here at the edge of the mat. Now, they will not stop until both wrestlers get out. Short time now with 10 seconds to go. And with 5 seconds.
Yeah, it looked like Bell was going to get a reversal there, but out of bounds.
The foot went out before they could give the reversal, Dan, and so he'll go down.
Matt, did we mention our referee tonight is Ned Bailey? I don't think we mentioned. Did you mention it? Okay,
yeah.
Ned's been around forever. Good,
long time.
Good guy, good ref.
Yep. And that will do it for the first period here at 1:14 as Jackson Fedor of Northwestern 5 and Gavin Bell 5. So Bell is going to defer, and Fedor here in the second period, he's going to choose bottom. Gavin Bell covers. Chop by Gavin Bell, breaks Fedor down, trying to work that bundle. Gets to the side there, looking for a cradle on Fedor. 1:42 remaining. Bell just kind of working, trying to work that cross-face cradle. Fedor broken down flat. Fedor's got that leg of Bell. 1:26 to go here in the second period at 1:14. Tie score, 5 apiece. Gavin Bell looking to get it locked up on that cross-face cradle. He's looking to try to sit back right now. Fedor really fighting heavy here. 1:08 remaining. Fedor was able to break the grip, and Fedor able to flip Bell over for a reversal, and now working back points. He has got Gavin Bell in some serious trouble right now with 53 seconds to go. Fedor looking to tee up. Fedor kind of looking at the near side cradle. Now with 40 seconds to go. Looking to drive that head right into the ribs. 4 backs were given to Fedor. And Gavin Bell able to fight off his back, but Fedor still trying to work and throw Bell back to his back. So 11-5 in favor of Jackson Fedor. Now leading it with a major. Short time with 6 seconds to go. And Fedor now off of that reverse cradle, and 2 more backs. 13-5, just like that, Dan, going into the third period.
Yeah, Fedor looking good. So much for my prediction that Northwestern may not score a team point tonight.
Okay, well, here we go. Final period. Gavin Bell chooses bottom. and a caution on Fedor. Fedor covers, and here we go with the final period. Works up to his feet on a pod. Bell, that is. A minute and 50 to go. Bell's going to have to get busy. Minute and 42 remaining here in this third period at 1:14. Now Fedor getting Gavin Bell back on his back, and he has got a near fall here on Gavin Bell. Bell in some trouble on his back with a minute and 20 remaining, and Bell able to fight off his back, but that's going to be 4 more points awarded to Fedor. 4 back points. That's another rule, Dan. 4 backs. It's just 2, 3, 4, not 3 backs or 5 anymore. And Fedor really looking good here in his opening varsity match here of his career. 52 seconds to go. And a reversal as right now Gavin Bell working a near side cradle. He got the reversal. 17-7 now in favor of Fedor. Stalling now being called right away by Ned Bailey on Fedor. Fedor trying to work up. Fedor looking for a reversal. He's got the half in. Now a power half that he's working. With 20 seconds to go, he's trying to work that power half there, and with 15 seconds, 19-7 lead. Jackson Fedor looking to get to the side and tee up on that half. And now with 4 seconds, that's going to do it. Dan, the freshman from Northwestern, he wins the first match of his career, 19-7.
He looked good doing it. Okay, so Fedor's major decision gives Northwestern 4 points. Team score now, Leboeuf 6 and Northwestern 4. And we go to the 121-pound weight class. This could be a forfeit, and it is. Carter Friday of Leboeuf will get a win, so that makes the score now 12-4. And we go into the 127-pound weight class.
Yeah, this will be McNamara.
Okay, we have Trevin McNamara, a freshman. Mentioned that he was a PJW state qualifier last year. We're listening to Jalen Friend will be his opponent. Friend of Northwestern is a sophomore, 3-9 last year, wrestling mostly at 114.
Okay, both wrestlers at the center of the mat, circling. Now both wrestlers in the tie-up. Slide by attempt there goes McNamara. McNamara, nice job there on a single. Snaps the head, gets 3 points on the takedown, and they will go out of bounds with a minute and 34 remaining. As 3-0 here at 127, Trevin McNamara leads it over Jalen Friend of Northwestern. And McNamara will cover right away as Friend gets out of there. Now they're into a funk with a roll. It looked like Friend wanted to get that reversal, but McNamara able to stay behind. McNamara breaks Friend down. Flat. Throws a boot in. Now Friend gets to his base. McNamara breaks him back down with a minute remaining here in the first period. Half goes McNamara. McNamara gets to the side, throws a boot in. Looking to break Friend down right now. Friend still at his base. He does break Friend down with 40 seconds to go. Still 3-0. Trevin McNamara in the lead here at 127. Half goes McNamara, getting to the side, and he's got Friend to his back, looking for some back points. Kind of needs to just readjust here, Dan. He's got to get chest on chest would be the ideal, but it's close right now. Ned Bailey looking hard. Now with short time.
Yeah, 10 seconds.
And right now, McNamara just looking to kind of ride that first period out with Friend to his back. And that will do it for the first period. So 4 back points for the freshman. He leads at 7-0. Trevin McNamara over Jalen Friend. McNamara will defer. Friend will choose bottom. Or no, he'll change his mind. He'll go neutral. Both wrestlers now circling. Head tap goes McNamara. McNamara looking at a takedown, and he throws Friend right to his back. Look to hit that high crotch, and he'll get the fall with 1:45 remaining.
Yeah, 2 minutes and 15 seconds is the time of that fall.
All right,
okay.
First win.
First win for Trevin McNamara. And he picks up 6 more points for Leboeuf. It's now 18-4. And we go to the 133-pound weight class. This will be Luke Bowers for Fort Leboeuf, a sophomore. 20-16 was his record last year, wrestling mostly at 114, district qualifier. And we believe this is going to be Nathan Morrow for Northwestern, a freshman. That has been confirmed. Nathan Morrow for Northwestern, Luke Bowers for Fort Leboeuf.
Okay, both wrestlers at the center. Both wrestlers circling. Now both wrestlers in the tie-up. Luke goes for a double, looking to go out the back door, drives forward, and will get a 3-point takedown. He leads at 3-0. He's going to let Morrow up. Morrow with an escape. Now both wrestlers in the center once again. Nice high crotch there by Luke. And now 6-1. He's going to let Morrow up, 6-2.
Luke looking a lot more solid this year, upper body, than last year as a 14-pounder.
And both wrestlers circling here. Again, Luke on a double and looking to throw Morrow to his back. That he does with 1:02 remaining. He'll get 4 backs. 13-2 in favor of Luke Bowers. Bowers now on a cross-face cradle. And another 4 points. So now it's 17-2, and that will do it. Technical fall.
Okay. Wow, tech fall in the first period. So that gets 5 points. Tech fall is worth 5 points. Fort Leboeuf up now 23-4. And we're going into the 139-pound weight class. This should be interesting. We'll listen to see who we got here.
Hunter Troxel.
Hunter Troxel will be getting a forfeit at 139.
That's his first varsity win, I believe, too, right?
Yes, yeah. Well, I'm not sure about ever, but he did not have any wins last year. So the score now is 29-4. And we got Brody Myers, senior, state ranked last year. 32 wins. Okay, Michael Baumgartner, sophomore, 7-11 last year. As a freshman, wrestled mostly at 139. We mentioned his dad is an assistant coach on the team.
Yeah, Brody Myers, a 2-time regional qualifier, missed both times in the blood round. And he really is an exceptional wrestler, no doubt about it. This could be the year. He could break it and get the Hershey. Both wrestlers at the center here at 145. High crotch attempt there by Brody. Both wrestlers come back up. Baumgartner able to defend that. 1:22 remaining here in the first period at 145. Both wrestlers in the tie-up. Low ankle pick attempt there by Baumgartner. Both wrestlers come back to their feet. Head snap there by Myers. Both wrestlers come back to the center with 58 seconds to go. Both Both wrestlers still circling with 50 seconds. That snap there by Myers. Myers looking on that high crotch, but Baumgartner defending it very well. So both wrestlers come back to their feet. And a nice head and arm there by Myers. He catches Baumgartner, and it's very close at the edge of the mat. Ned Bailey looking really hard.
There's the fall. Okay, that comes at 136. So Brody Myers off to a good start. Looked like he was going to have a decent opponent there, Matt. But like I said, Myers is a thrower. He's a thrower.
He is.
Yeah. Okay, so that picks up 6 more points for Leboeuf, and they are up now 35-4 over the Northwestern Wildcats. And we go into the 152-pound weight class. And this will be Brady Bowers.
Brady Bowers, yep.
Brady is a senior, 28 wins last year, wrestling mostly at 127. We mentioned he's 82 wins in his career, so.
Looks like they're going to forfeit.
Okay.
Yep.
Brady Bowers.
That makes it 41-4.
Breaking the action. Big shout out to Mr. Rimpa for the spotlight.
Let's recognize our the rest of our sponsors, Matt.
Yeah.
Okay. Once again, alphabetical order. Gregory Berbelis Construction, Joe's Mowers and Blowers, Pro Machining and Pro Storage, Wagon Wheel Bar and Grill, Waterford Beverage, Waterford Hotel, Wise Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine, and Woodland Hills Townhomes. Okay, we're waiting for the names here. This looks.
Bryce Burkett and Thomas Stearns.
Okay, Thomas Stearns from Fort Leboeuf is a senior, 3-5 last year. He's going up against Bryce Burkett. Burkett is a junior, 0-3 last year, wrestling at 145.
Yeah, both wrestlers right now here at 160. Looked like Burkett was going to come out and looked like he was going to wrestle Brady Bowers at 52, but Coach Cherry kind of brought him back and said, hey, no, next one. All right, both wrestlers still circling. Double leg attempt there by Burkett. Burkett has a single end, but boy, sprawling hard goes Thomas Stearns. He's not giving it up just quite yet. Looking to try to drive forward on Stearns, but Stearns doing a good job staying off his hips. Stearns looking to try to control, but Burkett still has that leg of Stearns right now with 50 seconds to go. And it looks like Stearns will be awarded 3 points off of that hard-fought attempt by Burkett on the shot. Burkett on a Granby roll, and now he's looking for a reversal. He gets it, and now it's 3-2. And it looks like looks like Stearns came to his feet, was able to catch Burkett to his back. Burkett into some trouble now as he got that reversal. It's 5-2 here at 160. Thomas Stearns of Fort Leboeuf, Bryce Burkett of Northwestern. All right, that'll be the end of the first period. Thomas Stearns of Fort Leboeuf leads it over Bryce Burkett of Northwestern.
Yeah, 9-2, picking up 4 back points here right at the end of the period.
Burkett will defer. Stearns will choose bottom going into the second period here at 160. 41-4 match score. Fort Leboeuf. Burkett covers. Burkett, far knee, far ankle, drives forward. Stearns faces. Gets back to his belly, works up to his base. Burkett looking on that half, and it looks like potentially dangerous.
Full Nelson.
Full Nelson, yep, 1 point. Will be awarded for Stearns. Now leads at 10-2. Minute and 43 remaining here in the second period. Stearns once again gets set. Caution on Burkett. Got on top too soon. Stearns set. Burkett covers. Burkett on that far knee, far ankle once again. Looking to drive Stearns down. With a little forward pressure, 1:33 remaining. Stearns working to his base.
Again, yeah.
And another full Nelson.
Yeah. Another point for Stearns.
Yeah, the
12-2.
Bryce Burkett, a junior. Burkett covers once again, tries that far knee, far ankle, but right away Stearns comes out and was able to get the reversal here. 14-2 now. Stearns leads it. Stearns on a cross-face cradle. He's got it in, locked in. He's sitting back. And 4 back points. That will do it, Dan, on a technical fall. 18-2. Thomas Stearns wins it at Fort Leboeuf.
Okay, and another 5 points for the Bison. And that will make it 46-4 as we head to the 172-pound weight class. And maybe this will be a good one. Hunter Bedour for Northwestern, a senior, probably their best wrestler. 19 wins last year, and I made the comment to you, Matt, out of Hunter Bedour's 16 wins, 19 wins last year, 16 of them were by fall. Yeah.
Okay, well, let's see. We might have a good match here tonight.
He was actually a district qualifier last year at 189, now wrestling down to 172.
Yeah, placed sixth place, believe it or not, at sections. And right away he goes for a shot here, Bedour that is, but nice job there by Glass. He sprawls and able to try to look for that first takedown, but Bedour still has the leg of Glass. Glass is trying to break. All he's got to do is mule kick, but he did hook the leg, so Ned Bailey awarded 3 points with 1:24 remaining here at 172, and Easton Glass has Bedour to his back right now, and there's the fall with 1:18 remaining. Wow.
Okay, 48? No. 42.
No, it should be 52.
52 No, it was 42. 42. It was 118 left.
Okay.
So that fall by Glass in 42 seconds of the first period makes the score now 52-4 in favor of Fort Leboeuf. Things winding down here fast. We got 3 more weight classes.
Yeah, this is Jack Brown.
Right now we're at 189.
This is going to be Jack Brown.
Okay, Aiden Struchin of Fort Leboeuf, junior, 35 wins last year, state ranked, 1 win away from states. And he will be wrestling Jack Brown from Northwestern, a sophomore, 2-13 last year, wrestling mostly at 145.
Yeah, right away, Brown looked to go for a takedown, but Struchin able to get 3 points off of a slide by there. Nice single leg there by Struchin. Was able to go real low to that ankle and get a takedown 6-1. 1 point will be awarded to Jack Brown. So it is 6-2 right now here at 189. Both wrestlers circling. Head snap there, double leg blast, double right there. Goes Aiden Struchin, 9-2. Struchin on a half. Well, maybe working a sort of a bundle. And he's got Brown to his back with 56 seconds to go. And he's looking for that fall, and there it is with 46 seconds to go, Dan.
Okay, 120, 114?
Yes.
114 is the fall for Aiden Struchin. So another pin, another 6 points. And that will make it 58-4. And at 2:15, we'll have Dan Duran, junior, 24 wins last year, wrestling at 2:15, regional qualifier.
This is Holdsworth.
Okay, JoJo Holdsworth, a junior, 9-8 last year.
Now wrestling, Joseph Holdsworth and Dan Duran.
Both wrestlers at the center. A slide-by attempt there, but nice job there by Holdsworth. Looking for that takedown, but Duran drives forward and will get the takedown. He leads at 3-0 here at 2:15. Holdsworth stands. Holdsworth breaks the grip there of Duran. Both wrestlers face each other. 1 point escape for Holdsworth, now 3-1 in favor of Duran. Duran looking on a single to a double, trying to work to the side. He's got to turn the corner here.
Half, yep. Oh, there he got it.
And looking at that half, but Holdsworth able to break that out. So 6-1 in favor of Dan Duran. And right now Holdsworth at his base. 2-on-1 there by Duran. Duran looking to break Holdsworth down. 58 seconds to go. Duran still in control here. Duran on a chin drop on Holdsworth. Looking for some backs. He gets it, so he'll get 3 backs. 9-1 now in favor of Dan Duran here in this first period at 2:15. Duran looking for a near side cradle, but Holdsworth not giving that up. A bundle now being attempted there. 18 seconds to go. Holdsworth looking to break him down and get him to his back. He does. Is looking for back points here. And Duran will get the back points. And there's the fall with 3 seconds remaining.
Yeah, 1:57
in the first period.
Okay, Leboeuf racking up the pins. And the score now will be 64-4. We go down to our final weight class, 285. And Carson Stoltz will be making his, I guess we could call it his
debut?
varsity debut.
Yes.
Yeah, or dual meet debut. Not sure who his opponent is. We got a couple choices here. Levi Schwartz from Northwestern, sophomore, did not wrestle last year. And once again, Carson Stoltz, Fort Leboeuf, a junior, 4-5 last year in tournament action.
All right. Carson on a single. Looking to drive forward on Schwartz. Lets Schwartz up. Leads it 3-1. Both wrestlers circling. Nice job there by Stoltz on another takedown. Stoltz working a bundle. He's looking to get Schwartz to his back. He does. Back points, and there's the fall with 1:24 and
36 seconds.
That'll do it, Dan. Fort Leboeuf victorious.
Okay, so final score will be 70-6. Not the shutout, but as close as
70-4.
70-4.
Yep.
Okay, yeah, 74, but pretty darn close. Okay, Matt, what we've been doing in recent years, thanks to T-shirts donated by
Dan Baney.
Dan Baney, a former Fort Leboeuf wrestler, 1995 grad, took third in the state his senior year. We've been giving out wrestler of the match award, and we kind of talked a little bit in advance how we were going to handle this because we weren't sure we were going to have any really clear-cut choices.
Yeah.
But I'm going to recant, if you don't mind.
No, I was thinking the same thing because Brady Bowers got the forfeit.
Right. We figured that there weren't going to be any great matches, and we were going to maybe have Brady Bowers come up and talk, hopefully let us interview him. But I think we got to go with Easton Glass.
Yes.
I mean, he's wrestling their best wrestler. The kid had 16 falls last year, 19 wins.
Yeah.
And Easton decks him in 42 seconds.
Yeah, that was a big win by Easton. I mean, right away, Bendor had the first shot, but Glass was able to counter that. And
would you want to run down and see if you can get Easton to come up and get his T-shirt? And
I will do that.
Ask him if he can just, couple of questions.
All right.
Okay. If he's too embarrassed, we won't worry about it. Okay. In the meantime, I'm going to recognize our sponsors once again. We have 16 of them this year. We really appreciate it. Without them, there would be no wrestling here on Sunny 105.